Hi customer friends and Neon Surveys, welcome back to another video. It's been a while since we've done one, been a bit busy. So yeah, today we're heading off to Corrick. They've got a new scanner in that we're going to do a little review on, have a look at. It's actually one of their drone days, so if drones is your thing, I will try and get a few shots of the drones that they've got. But yeah, the main focus will be looking at this new scanner. So yeah, we'll jump in the car, we'll head on down there and see what's what. Cool, so yeah, we're down at Huntingdon Racecourse with Corrick on their drone day, but we've come to, as I said in the intro, to see this new scanner, new to the market in the UK. Some other people around the world might have seen it before, but it's the Exyn.
Exyn,
yes, tell us about it. What is it? How does it work? Sort of thing.
Good morning, Duncan. Yeah, another instrument review. So Corrick is now the official distribution partner for this product, the Exyn. We had a little gap in our portfolio that we decided to shop around and see what unit would fit best our business model and our customer base, our car customer base, and we ended up deciding on the Exyn for a number of reasons. One, it's kind of like state of the art, so it uses the XI head scanner here, so this thing can capture up to 600,000 points per second.
So up in the range, sort of getting closer towards your traditional terrestrial laser scanner like the X9 or RTCs or Pharaohs and stuff like that.
We know in this space, speed isn't everything, but it's about you getting data which is dense enough for you to do the job that you require, which is mostly drafting up fault lines, models, that type of thing. What we like about it is that because it has a rotating laser head, well, I'm sure you'll do your clever edits later on to show this works. It actually fills the data very nicely, and in a very, it's not a Trimble product, but in a very Trimble fashion, this is what it comes with on its basis. So scanner and a tablet to process the data with. So we process the data here, so everything gets done and dusted. By the time you get home, perpetual license. So it's kind of like goes in line with our current portfolio of products that we have. Built-in cameras around here, so to the side for people that need some colorization of the data. And as I said, like the other portfolio that we have, you don't actually need to use the tablet. It's just for you to control what you're capturing as you're going along.
Yeah. So the scanner itself is a SLAM scanner. It's mobile. Walk around with it, and like you say, so we can start the scans, control it all from the machine. The tablet, the computer is just purely for a live feed of what you're measuring and processing, or is there?
So you'll do both. You'll do the live control of the feed as you're capturing the data, but once you're done capturing the data, you can also do the processing of the data happens here. So you check out your LAS files, your 57s entirely from the tablet as well. If you want to do loop closures of your data, this is where it happens.
Okay, that's a good one with a loop closure adjustment with a SLAM device. That's nice.
Do you usually use ground control points with your data?
More predominantly with our terrestrial scanner, not so much our SLAM scanners. But time to time we do. So I'm assuming.
So if you are using Avenue to, actually you can do both. You can either just geo-reference data, your point cloud, pick a few points, do a block adjustment, do a block fit, and geo-reference data here on the tablet. Or if you collect some points, you can actually adjust fit the trajectory to those control points.
Okay.
Using some targets. Again, all happens here within the software that runs here on the tablet. Yeah.
Okay.
Which I think, again, from a fit in the current portfolio kind of thing that we have, it's just another big tick box for us and for our customer base.
No. So you said obviously that the amount of data this captures is greater than some. Why? What is it about this scan head that enables it to capture more data than some others? Let's say.
It's just things. I can just drop the tablet. So one is the number of sensors. You have 30 sensors here, spitting out data, and unlike let's say previous generations of scanners, the SLAM scanners, where the head is fixed, and the amount of data that you capture is basically determined by the speed that you're walking. So as you're walking, this creates like a little profile, like a little, let's say, what do you call spring action?
Yep.
Type of thing with your data, which then creates that traditional view of SLAM data that's very stringy, as it were, as a like expression. Because this rotates as the head is spinning, you get like this very, very nicely infilled data set from the SLAM device, from the Exyn, which generally speaking, it looks really good and really helps then downstream with data processing and data extraction.
No, that's cool. Batteries themselves, I'm assuming they're specific to this machine, are they? Or
actually, no. It comes with 2 batteries, so enough for 8 hours. But it's almost like a camcorder type of battery.
Okay.
You can just,
So
you can get it from us. Please get it from us. But if you want, if you want to get it from somewhere else.
So they're like a industry standard battery across a few cameras, and stuff like that.
Keep maintenance costs, control over the lifetime of the product. Yeah.
I guess it also means if you were for some reason caught short, ran out of battery, potentially you could run down to your local shop and try and get something, I guess. Yeah.
As a surveyor, who doesn't like to have that option, right? Stuff happens.
So, no, that's cool.
Yeah, we like that.
So again, obviously saying that obviously it captures more data than some other scanners. What's it like in terms of storage? Because obviously more data means bigger file sizes.
Yeah, other things that people having background in surveyor, people love. Internal storage here. So if you're not using the tablet, you'll store the data here, and then you can transfer it off.
Yep.
USB-C.
Okay.
Nice and comfortable and up to date with the current state of technology. If you're using the tablet, it will just get Wi-Fi transferred over to the tablet. You have over 1 terabyte of free space there to store data.
So that's good. Yeah.
The tablet is running Linux as well.
Okay.
Because that's where the software. The processing software needs to run currently, which makes it basically run really fast, and it's not very heavy in terms of processing power. So the tablet will run you for basically the whole day with not a lot of effort.
That's awesome.
And because it's a state-of-the-art tablet. Again, USB-C to transfer the data off. Yeah, it's really lightning fast. Not a problem at all. Right. And again, the main thing, because it's all self-contained, everything on a perpetual license. There's a 1-to-1 processing ratio as well. So for every, let's say, 5 minutes of capture that you do, it's 5 minutes to basically get the data processed and turned into an LAS file or a57, and then you just check that out. Okay.
Because that's always what I feel with a lot of the SLAM devices is processing time.
Processing time, yeah.
You save time on site, but you add a bit more in the office. So yeah, sounds like these guys might have cracked the secret sauce sort of thing to speed up the processing, which is good.
Technology improves over time, and we're actually quite happy with how this thing is processing data. Obviously, the more you capture, the more time it will take. But if you're not, if you're just keeping to the point clouds, the processing ratio is really good. Okay. You can check in like a 10-minute walk, which is quite standard. 1, 2, 3 minute walk. That's half an hour capture, half an hour processing. 5 minutes to export the data onto a USB drive,
and you got something
all from the same tablet.
Yeah.
If something goes wrong, you can see the data on the tablet because it's a proper Windows. You can fix things. You can do it again. You don't need to go back to the office and figure out, God, I need to
Yeah.
do something else. I think it's great.
Yeah,
I think it's great.
it sounds very impressive, and like I say, we've got a bit of history with SLAM devices, so it's nice to see a new contender coming sort of to the market.
Yeah.
So
I think you haven't mentioned yet. But yeah, so I'm holding the unit here. So at the handheld, you will handhold it here.
Yeah.
Some people have been commenting. Yeah, well, it's a bit weighty. It's all right. But yeah, backpack options are available.
Okay.
You can also fit this on the underside of a drone.
Okay.
I want to get this right, but I believe the Matrix 350 is the preferred weapon of choice for this sort of application, where you fit it some in this configuration. There will be a special mount mounted underneath the drone. That sort of thing. So there are options, multiple options to fit this into different devices.
It's very versatile as to where you can use it and what scenarios and what jobs you can use it on.
I think it's what the modern market would expect from a SLAM device. So it can't be just a single-use type of device where it gets permanently locked into a means of carrying it around. And you can't remove it. You need to be able to unplug it, unhook it from different places. Just to make the most out of your investment.
Yeah. Sounds really interesting. So, I think like I say, we've given a nice overview of sort of what it can do.
Yeah.
So I know in a couple of days you guys are lending us this unit for us to use it out on site. So
You're
it'll
welcome.
be really interesting to get hands on it and have a proper use and see how it works in out on site. And we can perhaps show some of the data. So
Absolutely.
I appreciate your time today, and like I say, we'll show some shots of it on site, and then we'll do our usual roundup. So it's good to see you again today.
Good.
Cool.
You too, mate.
Cheers.
Take care.
Thanks a lot. So there we go, that's the Exyn Nexys. For transparency, the footage you've seen of the scanner in use was with the guys from Coric, as the tenants on the sites I was working on weren't happy with me filming, but the scan data you have seen, that is the actual data from site. As always, I like to highlight the pros and the cons with all our reviews, so we'll start with the cons as I like to finish on a positive. The first negative could be the weight. Now I did a 30-minute walk in an attempt to push the SLAM as far as possible, and it was okay for me, but some people might find it a bit cumbersome if you were scanning all day with it. There is a solution for this, and I'll come on to that a bit later. Another negative, in our opinion, is the tablet to monitor and process the scans is running Linux. We feel that because most people are used to Windows and Apples, they might find Linux slightly challenging. Having said that, we have been told they're working on a Windows version, but I don't know when that will be available. A slight continuation of this is you can't link multiple walks in the processing software. So if you needed to stop a walk because of multiple tenants on a floor plate or something like that, you'll have to find another way of perhaps linking walks through in CAD, or maybe there's another way of doing it with some of your raw data. But yeah, that would be useful if you could link multiple walks together. Another con, this one comes down to personal opinion, but in our opinion it's a bit boxy. With some of the other SLAM devices that are out there on the market, they just look a bit better, and as we always get odd looks when on site, yeah, this one might get a few other sort of what's that type thing. So, and then on to our final negative. This is that you can only process data on the tablet. So if you were needing the scanner to be on multiple sites back to back with different surveyors, you're going to have to try and process the data and get it off the tablet before it gets given on to the next surveyor. So it would be really nice if you could pull the raw data off the scanner and then process it on a secondary machine. So that's what we feel are the main negatives. So now for the positives. The SLAM is great. I did a 30-minute walk and deliberately pushed it by going sort of round the warehouse, out through an office, out through different doors, looping back round, coming in a different door, and the SLAM held. I've never had a SLAM device be able to do a walk like that and have next to zero drift on the data, so very impressive on the SLAM. Another positive is it's great having generic batteries, gives you the option of where you can buy them from, and they last a reasonable amount of time. Yeah, so being generic, if you ever were caught short, you could potentially go buy some from a shop somewhere and get them charged. Then yeah, that's cool. As I said earlier, one of the negatives was the weight, but the positive to counter this negative is that they do a backpack that you can mount the scanner to. They also supply a vehicle mount and GPS, so it can be mounted to any vehicle, giving the scanner great versatility. We also like that it has a rotating head, so you get great coverage on the scan data and good looking data. It's very quiet as well, so if you're in an environment like an occupied office, you're not going to be disturbing tenants. Our final positive is the one we like the most, is the processing time. To process a non-colorized walk, it's very quick, it's very close to one-to-one. If you have the software also clean the data, it adds a little bit of time, but I think for a 15-minute walk I did, it took about 25 minutes to process and clean the data. This is a lot quicker than anything we've looked at before and really speeds up the whole job from start to finish. So to conclude, the Exyn Nexys is a very impressive scanner and great data quality and processing times, but the compromise of it is weight and form. If you're interested in the Nexys and in the UK, then reach out to the guys at Coric. I'll pop some links in the description. Finally, if you'd like to see more videos like this, then subscribe to the channel. If you have enjoyed it or think we've missed anything, then like and comment below. And we'll see you on the next video.